I walked into my house at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday and found two strangers smashing my laptops with a hammer while my wife watched from the couch. My name's Marcus. I build software. I've been working from home for the last 6 months on a fleet management platform called Velocity. 3 different VC firms were circling it. $3.2 million valuation. 8 days until we signed. I left work early with a migraine, pulled into the driveway and noticed my father-in-law's truck parked sideways, blocking the garage. I heard glass breaking inside the house. I opened the door and froze. 2 men I'd never seen before. One had my server rack torn open, yanking hard drives like weeds. The other was at my desk, rifling through drawers, grabbing every USB stick he could find. My father-in-law, Rick, stood in the middle holding my main backup drive, the one with everything on it. Diane sat on the couch, phone in hand, didn't even glance up. "What the hell are you doing?" Rick didn't flinch. "Have a seat." That's my work. 6 months of, I know exactly what it is. He handed the drive to one of his men. That's why we're taking it. I looked at Diane. Nothing. "D, what's going on?" Rick stepped between us. "You've been really busy lately. All those nights locked in your office." He wasn't asking. He was letting me know he'd been watching. I met Diane 4 years ago at a tech mixer in Austin. She did marketing for a healthcare startup. Smart, made me laugh, didn't care that I was driving a Civic with a cracked windshield and living in a place where the AC only worked half the time. Her dad was different. Rick ran a commercial roofing operation. 3 crews, made good money. The kind of guy who shook your hand too hard and sized you up by what you drove. He never said it outright, but I knew he thought his daughter had married beneath her at the wedding. He cornered me by the bar. "You're going to take care of her?" Wasn't a question. "Of course." "Good," he clapped my shoulder, "because if you can't, I will." I figured it was just dad talk, protective, old school, whatever. Standing in my living room, watching him destroy 6 months of my life, I realized he'd meant something entirely. Diane set her phone down. "Rick, just finish it." Like she was telling him to take out the trash. "What finish?" I moved toward her. "What the hell is happening?" Rick blocked me. "You seriously don't get it yet?" "Get what?" He grinned. "The investor meeting you got next week, the big one." My chest tightened. "How do you know about that?" Diane stood up. I told him. She said it like I should have already figured it out, like I was the idiot for trusting her. "You told him." I said it out loud because my brain wouldn't process it. "Why would you?" "Because you got sloppy." Rick cut me off, nodded at one of his men who started ripping cables from the wall. All those late nights, missing dinner, forgetting our anniversary last month. I stared at Diane. "I was building something. You knew that. You said you were fine with me watching you ignore me for half a year. This was for us, the money. It would have changed everything. There is no us anymore." Rick stepped closer. "There's my daughter and whatever you thought you were building here." One of the guys held up a hard drive. "This one too. All of it." I moved without thinking, just instinct. Rick's hand shot out, grabbed my collar, shoved me back. I pushed forward again. His fist caught me clean under the jaw. Fast, hard. I hit the floor, the room tilted. I tasted copper. Diane didn't move, didn't gasp, didn't even say his name. I looked up at her through the blur. "Why?" She crouched down close enough. I could see the mascara she'd put on that morning, the perfume I bought her for Christmas, because someone made her a better offer. "Marcus," she stood up, grabbed her purse off the counter and walked out. Didn't look back once. I stayed on the floor. Didn't get up, didn't try to stop them. Rick's guys finished the job taking every piece of equipment, even unplugged the router on their way out. Rick stood over me. "You're going to sit here. You're going to keep quiet and let this go, or what?" He crouched down. "I level or I make some calls. Tell people you've been stealing code from your last job. Breach of contract. Legal mess. You'll spend the next 2 years in court instead of working. My last employer left on good terms. Built Velocity from nothing. That's a lie. Doesn't matter," he smiled. "A lawyer I know can make it stick long enough to bury you." He stood up and headed for the door. "Where's Diane going?" I asked. "Staying with me for a while. You need to cool off. Think about what's best for everyone." "Best for everyone?" I wiped blood off my lip. "I just destroyed everything I built." "No," he stopped at the door. "I protected my investment." Investment. The word stuck. I listened to his truck pull away. Sat there maybe 10 minutes. Then I got up, found my phone in the kitchen and opened the banking app. Joint account, $0. $43,000. Gone. I stood there, staring at the screen. Then I checked my email. Message from Diane, sent to my lead investor this morning. Subject, serious concerns about Marcus Webb. I didn't call the cops, didn't call a lawyer, just sat there and thought it through. They took the equipment. Fine. I had encrypted cloud backups they didn't know existed. The code was safe. They cleaned out the joint account. Hurt like hell. But I had a business account Diane never asked about. $38,000 still there. They thought they had everything. They didn't. I opened Diane's email to my investor, Kent Harmon. She attached screenshots, fake messages I never sent, code snippets ripped out of context, a forged letter claiming I violated my non-compete for my old job. Looked real, looked damning. Kent hadn't replied yet. 4 hours since she sent it. That wasn't good. He usually responded in minutes. My phone buzzed. Diane, don't contact me. Don't contact my family. Just move on. I stared at it. Then I opened her laptop, still on the kitchen table. She left without it. No password. Never used one at home. Her browser history loaded. Recent searches. How to prove software theft. Non-compete enforcement Texas. Intellectual property lawsuit costs. She'd been planning this for weeks. I kept digging. Found a Gmail account I didn't recognize. Still logged in. Sent folder. Emails to someone named Derek Pullman, going back 5 months. Started professional, got friendly, then personal, then explicit. I stopped reading those, scrolled further. 2 months ago, she sent him my entire investor pitch deck, client lists, financial projections, everything. His reply? Perfect. This is exactly what we need. Rick's on board. We move next month. Rick's on board. I screenshotted everything. Every email, every document. Uploaded them to a private server and wiped my tracks. Put her laptop back exactly where she left it. My jaw throbbed, swelling up nice. Good. I needed to look beat down. Exactly what they expected. Texted Diane back. Okay, I'm sorry. I won't bother you. She replied in seconds. Good. That was it. No explanation. Just relief I wasn't going to fight. I called Kent Harmon. You picked up on the second ring, Marcus. Got a weird email today from your wife. I know. That's why I'm calling. Silence. It's fake, Kent. All of it. Diane's working with someone trying to clone Velocity. They're killing the deal so they can launch first. That's a serious accusation. I have proof. Emails, partnership agreements. I can send it right now. Long pause. Send it. I'll review tonight. But Marcus, if this turns into some messy divorce situation that blows back on my firm, it won't. I'm handling it quietly. How? I looked at the empty space where my servers used to be, carefully hung up, opened a new search. Derek Pullman, Velocity Core Systems, LLC. His LinkedIn loaded immediately. CEO and founder, fleet logistics expert, Austin-based. Profile picture showed him shaking hands with Rick at some business event, posted 1 week ago. Caption, exciting new partnership, big things coming. I sat back. They didn't just want to destroy me. They wanted to replace me. Spent the next 3 days invisible. Didn't leave the house, didn't call anyone. Let the bruise on my face turn dark purple, then yellow. Diane texted twice, asking if I'd calmed down. I wrote back, yeah, just need some time. She liked that answer. Thought I was broken. I wasn't. I pulled my code from the cloud backups, every line, loaded it onto a cheap laptop I bought with cash at a pawn shop. Then I did what they didn't expect. I made it better. Fixed the routing lag I'd been stuck on for weeks, cleaned up the interface, added the real-time tracking feature the VC specifically requested, Velocity 2.0, better than what Derek stole. I also called my old boss, Jim Carpenter. Marcus, man, it's been forever. Need a favor? I need you to write a letter, notarized, confirming I left clean. No non-compete violations, no stolen IP, nothing, boss. Why? Someone's claiming I stole code from you. That's bold. You built everything yourself. I'll have it tomorrow. Thanks, Jim. Friday night, I sent Kent everything. Partnership docs, email chains, screenshots of Derek and Diane's messages. He called at 11 p.m. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you can still present Tuesday, better than before. Good, because we're about to bury these people. Tuesday morning, 8:45 a.m., I walked into Kent's office wearing the suit Diane bought me for our anniversary. The bruise was still visible. I wanted it that way. Kent and his partner sat across from me. Laura kept glancing at my face, but didn't ask. I walked them through the new demo. 40 minutes. No interruptions. When I finished, Laura leaned back. This is significantly better than your original pitch. Had extra motivation. Kent slid a folder across the table. We're in. $3.4 million. Contracts ready Friday. I shook their hands and walked out with everything still intact. Then I drove to Rick's roofing company. His truck was there. So was Diane's car. I sat across the street and watched through the office window. Diane was laughing. Derek had his hand on her back. Rick was on the phone, boots up on his desk. They looked comfortable. I made one call. Austin PD, Detective Morrison. I need to report a theft of $43,000 from a joint account. Also, corporate espionage. I have documentation. Filed the report. Gave them everything. 2 weeks later, Diane called. First time since she left. Marcus, we need to talk. No, we don't. The police came to my dad's office. They're saying... I know what they're saying. I'm the one who told them. Silence. You said you'd let it go. I lied. I hung up. Signed the VC contracts that Friday. Velocity launched 4 months later. Derek's version never made it past beta. Turns out, stolen code full of bugs doesn't impress investors. Divorce finalized last month. I kept the house. She kept the lawyer bills.